put it in the fart.
Mom! I can't say it. Oh my god. Welcome to a very special bonus episode with my mom, who just farted. Okay.
I couldn't help it.
I'm Positive Pussy, and this is her mom, my mom. This is not the BDSM episode. That one I'm not doing with my mom, and that one will be on Tuesday. But my mom is here, and she's very supportive of Positive Pussy. And so we're just, right? Are you excited to be here?
Yeah, I'm pumped.
You're my mom, so it should be fun. So we're going to talk about sex education, and we don't really have a script or anything, so we're just going to talk. It'll be fun.
Right. Sounds good.
Okay, so I'm going to, my mom and I, and
it was about how many years apart? I went in 91 was the year I graduated.
I graduated in 2013, so.
Yeah, that's cool. Like 20 years apart, 22 years apart.
Exactly how old, much older than me you are.
Yeah, that makes sense then, right?
Yes. So we went to the same high school, 22 years apart, and I was going to ask about your sex education. Yeah. Mine was still done by the coach. Mine was the wrestling coach, and he was also my sex ed teacher. So that was fun. It was just like in Mean Girls.
We had health class.
Which was like
it was like an elective that you had to take.
Yeah.
A mandatory elective. And so you'd get in health class, and they'd talk about nutrition, and they'd talk about different things. And then we all knew the sex chapter was coming.
It wasn't even the whole class?
Yeah, the whole class was there, but I mean, like, we all had a book.
No. I mean, like, the whole class wasn't about sex.
Oh, no. Not at all.
Ours kind of was.
We had a sex week only. Just the week.
Oh,
and then on that week,
we had like an STD week.
We had to like,
at least
I think we even had to get a note from our parents or something, letting them know that we were gonna be doing anatomy lessons and things, and it was very like anatomical. Like, we just learned the names of all the parts and saw the diagrams of the penis and the scrotum and the testicles, and they just taught us about how like the sperm and like goes in the egg, and just kind of like just education. It wasn't really about like, you know, any kind of you know, inside information.
Did they talk about homosexuality at all?
Not at all.
Really?
Not at all.
Oh shit, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Not at all.
That's insane. So was yours okay? Because like ours was one semester only. Because you know how like the school split into two
semesters. Yeah, ours was just a semester.
Ours is just a semester, and I had mine second semester because first semester I had computer class, which I guess is as important as health class.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And I lost my virginity before I even got to health.
Oh, May.
Because
you went into it all uneducated.
I know.
What did they teach you anything when you got to it finally second semester?
I mean, not really. I guess like I don't know. My teacher, the one thing that stuck with me was my coach like drew cherries on the fucking board and was like, this is the fruit inside the pussy or the vagina. When you pop the cherry, this is it. But he was like trying to refer to it as like just was like saying that that's what it was. I don't know. It was very like, I was like, this could be confusing for all these idiots who don't know what a cervix is.
Isn't the part that pops called a hymen?
Yeah, but he was pointing to the area. That's where the cervix was. He like drew cherries up in area.
Somebody's talking to you.
Somebody asked. Oh, I think you know who that is.
I don't. Who is that?
Think about sex in general. This is actually, I've only gotten questions a few times. So
So it's a special occasion.
One time was when a bunch of people were accidentally watching my live video. They were trying to watch someone play Spyro. And I was like, this is not it. And so, yeah. So I don't know if you like it like this, but this is how many minutes we've been going, basically.
Okay. I don't know what.
So Indian Technical asked, what do you think about sex? What do you think about it?
Sex is a really good thing.
I guess we can go into this. So would you consider yourself sex positive?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. What do you think that sex positivity means to you?
I think that means that when you have sex with someone, you have to really consider that that person is sharing their body with you and you're sharing your body with them. And it has to be a very loving and respectful experience. Consensual, of course. Yeah. And it's always good when there's a lot of chemistry and there's a lot of attraction, and you know, it's one of the gifts of being human.
I think you're missing the key point. We are being complimented, but it's like not, well, okay, when I talk about sex positivity, I'm usually mentioning like non-judgmental, which is
like not being ashamed of it.
Yeah, you're super non-judgmental.
I've never felt like shameful about it.
Which is why like I tell you a lot of stuff. Like you are my mother and we're doing my sex education video together. Because I think that I learned about sex from you in kindergarten.
What did I tell you in kindergarten?
Okay, remember that crush I had in kindergarten?
Yes, don't tell me his name. Andy.
Yep, that was it.
I remember.
And he turned out, I think he's gay now, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm not quite sure, but he had the vibe in high school. But anyway,
he was attractive.
Sorry, I don't mean to out anybody, but I'm sure he was. Anyway, I was telling you that I was pretending that I was sleeping with him, next to him in bed with me, and you were like, you can't do that, Maggie. You can't pretend to be asleep in a bed with a boy at 5 years old. You need to, that's for adults. When adults are together, they like lay in bed, like you were saying, like you can't do that. And so my comeback to that was, well, you know who I'm pretending to be in bed with now? And you were like, who? And I was like, you, Mom. And you were like, well, that's true. So, okay. Because we slept in the same bed because I was scared. But a lot of kids sleep in their mom's bed for a while.
I slept in my mom's bed until I was like 8.
I don't know. I was really afraid of that room that I had because like it was covered in toys.
A lot of toys.
Okay, so sex positivity is non-judgmental, like being not ashamed, and that's definitely, I think you would also agree with like that whole aspect of it.
It also has a lot to do with not being jealous, controlling, and possessive of who you're with.
I think like wanting people to have like awesome experiences sexually and going into the world like that is like.
And just supportive of everybody's experience and
their decisions.
Yeah, exactly. Encouraging to enjoy sex.
Okay, young mom sex life is a.
Okay. What do you want to like go back to my first kiss or what? Because that's a good story, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know who my first kiss was?
I don't. But do you want to? Okay.
I'm not
go ahead. Tell you any names, but
okay.
I was in. Seventh,
I'll tell you.
I was in 8th grade.
Do you remember him?
Yeah, the person in my stories has the same name.
Really?
Yes.
How funny.
That's so funny.
We had the same kisses. They're not the same person for sure. Mine's way younger.
But this is interesting because it wasn't just me and him. So my girlfriend liked him, and it was her crush, and we were going to her house after school, and he was coming with us on his skateboard, and we were just both like drooling over him while he was skating ahead of us. And we got to her house, and we were like laying all in the bed together, and he started macking on both of us. My
How
first
old were you
kiss
again?
was like a threesome kiss.
What?
7th grade, and he was a 6th grader.
I think I was in 6th grade, so. But mine was just like a little peck, and I was terrified to do it.
It was like my first French kiss.
That's crazy.
And then he turned around and kissed her too, and I was like, "All right."
That kid is like
big pimpin' for a little kid.
Imagine he goes to his friends. They're like, "You guys are none of this shit," and they
I was knocking on 2 chicks at once.
Fucking didn't believe it. I bet. Okay, wait. I want to still be able to see the time. So anyway, my hair is tangled. Had a fun day today.
Yeah, we did.
Super fun. But that's not the point. Oh, I was gonna ask you. Okay, so your first kiss was in 7th grade. Did you lose your virginity? Or not who, but when?
Okay, so I lost my virginity when I was in 10th grade. 10th grade, yeah, because he was in 9th grade and I was in 10th. And
playing down, rubbing the cradle.
Yeah, he was super cute. He's still my friend on Facebook, and I still follow him and look at him. And
I do not
see how super cute he is. Yeah, that happened. But anyway, so yeah, he knows who he is.
Let it go. Anyway, was it good? I don't know. Was it nice?
It was no.
Were you knowledgeable?
No.
Did you use a condom?
No. I didn't know anything about it. And you know what? He had snuck me into his parents' house after school, and I got blood on his mom's bed.
Oh no!
And I don't know what the repercussions of that ever were, but that happened.
That's crazy.
I know.
What a story.
I know, right?
It's probably near the same place where I lost my virginity.
North County. I'm just kidding.
No, it was by the high school. Why did you say?
Sorry. That's not relevant now, but it doesn't matter.
Anyway,
not relevant.
But yeah, you were similar to me in high school because you said that you were into virgins.
Oh yeah, I remember that time.
I was a very big on virgins. No, get out of here now. Now this person is trolling us. That's okay. You can troll us. It's fine to want to see people naked, but this is literally my mother, so I'm not going to do. It's not like in porn where they're not real mother and daughter. We're actually mother and daughter. I'm sorry. Go watch some porn. Then you'll feel better. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. There's lots of free porn on the internet. Oh, it's not right here.
What kind of porn do you like to watch, Mom?
My favorite porn.
Do you even watch porn? I feel like you don't.
I don't.
Oh, I have a funny story about porn. There was a porn video in one of our apartments that I accidentally saw one time, and it was literally the only clip I saw was just someone spreading apart their butt cheeks, and that was it. And I saw a butthole, and I was like, "Oh,
whoa!
Is that sex? How do you what? I have to spread apart my butt cheeks for somebody?" I was very young. Oh, okay. I will talk about the funny thing. So, I've mentioned this in my masturbation video, which I think you said you watched. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, well, I was mentioning about how it's normal for young children to start masturbating and really know what it is and not know that it's supposed to be private. And I feel like I was one of those children who didn't know that it was supposed to be private. Do you remember how much of a masturbation bandit I was?
Yeah, I remember you used to use my vibrator. I remember that. And I didn't stop you because
the back vibrator, right?
I know, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's like a back massager, and I mean, I didn't get mad at you because
I'm so embarrassed.
I learned it from watching you, Mom.
I didn't know that that's what you used it for. I thought that it was for the back, and I found out a secret that no one else knew. I straight up was like, no one else knows that if you use the back massager in a different way, it becomes a better tool.
I really sore back.
I really thought I didn't know. Okay, so that's disgusting now that I know. My whole childhood is scarred now. I guess in hindsight. But yeah, I used to masturbate all the time, and you guys would have to tell me to not play with myself.
That used to happen to me when I was a little kid too. My mom, when I would sleep with her, she would listen for the sound of my panties snapping, the elastic. And if she heard it, she'd tap me and she'd be like, "Stop it." And I would wait.
Oh my gosh.
Until she was asleep. And then I'd go like this, and I'd snap my panties. And if she didn't say nothing, I'd be like, "All right, it's on." And I'd be able to masturbate myself to sleep. But I could never do it. She would never let me.
That's so funny.
She was really like the cops about it.
Yeah, like I was caught like a few times, and she said like stuff like, "Oh, like that's really bad for you, and you're hurting yourself." And like,
oh gosh,
yeah,
God forbid.
Okay, there are people who are asking questions, so that's cool. Do you think it's possible for incest to ever be consensual and not unhealthy, or are its dynamics only abusive? Okay, so I actually did.
I have insight on this.
I actually answered a question on this video. I don't remember what video it was, but I answered someone's question. They emailed me and they asked me if it was weird that their sister thinks it's okay for them to masturbate in the same room. Because, like, I guess
a guy and a girl.
I'm assuming it was a guy and a girl, and the guy wrote saying, like, my sister says it's okay for me to masturbate in the room with her. Do you think that that's weird? And I was like, honestly, no.
No.
You're normal. That's super
totally
normal. And honestly, like, incest is a super normal fetish. And I was telling the story about how, like, there was this guy and he, like, was separated from his mom at a young age. And then he found her years and years later. They had never met and they fell in love. And they got arrested because they were having sex. And I was like, that's super, like, for me, it seems weird because, like, the government is outlawing a sexual activity, but I feel like they should more outlaw, like, producing children. But okay,
they should more be worried about things that are non-consensual happening.
Yeah, and
other than their victimless crime of consensual sex between anybody.
Yeah, and I think that there's a good reason why. I think there's a good reason why it's illegal because it's such a gray area. It's so hard to understand, like, the dynamics in a family, like financial like people can hold things over you financially, socially, like, you know, it would be really, really. So I think that it is possible for it to be consensual, but I think that most times, like, just because of the family dynamic, and it's oftentimes a father and a daughter and like that kind of thing is like, I think really difficult for it to be not abusive.
The way I feel is that it's only abusive when the power level of both parties are equal, like a brother and a sister or two cousins or something like that. But if it's like an aunt
your hillbilly is showing.
If it's an aunt and a nephew or a father and a daughter or a uncle and a niece or something like that, there's a different power level there.
I think that, like, cousins is like super normal.
When it's an equal playing field and both people are just like peers in the family, then it's not really an abusive thing. Unless one is significantly older than the other, you know, then there's a power dynamic there that comes into play where one is more powerful than the other and maybe dominating the other person into something that may not be completely consensual.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's like it's really hard for like me to be like okay with laws that just like limit your like freedom to do like sexual activities that's consensual if like there is proof that like activities are consensual, and but it's just so hard for that to be like a thing, like to prove like so I try to stay out of that conversation because I feel like my views are not as like people when they hear incest they're immediately like nope that's disgusting, but it's like it's a gray area. It's really difficult to say that like all of those situations like there's an abuse in power,
and it also has got something
and okay perception. So incest is like one of the most like really popular porn search which is like, and also like Game of Thrones, like I've been watching Game of Thrones and I mentioned this in my when I talked about the question, but like the first fucking episode of the whole series, there's just like a brother fucking a sister. Just like that's, and like throughout the whole, there's just like people, family members just like having sex. And it's just like, you know that it's a thing that people want. It's just like, and I like, why would they think it's so weird? It's normal to want that. It's normal, but it's not always okay.
So you know? My dad saw my mom come home from the hospital as an infant. And so if you want to think of that as like a very close family relationship that he ended up growing up and conceiving a child with her, I'm a product of incest.
I just want everyone to know that you're normal no matter what. It's just what your choices are what really matters, you know, like the things that you actually end up doing. And if you're abusing somebody in a relationship, then that's not good. No. A quick cringy story. Okay, maybe, I guess if they want to type it, we'll listen to it. But yeah, okay, so I guess that's a lot. Do you have any advice?
20 minutes, Maggie.
It's been 20 minutes. Okay. Do you have any advice for people sexuality? I guess like
yeah.
Okay. What do you have? What's things I guess close it out, Mom.
You only live once, so keep it spicy.
Okay. And I'm glad that you know, it's nice to see a mom who supports, you know, it's hard for, I think, parents, because I don't know, because I've never had kids. And like,
I don't think we have a normal kid-mom relationship because you lived with my mom for like the whole.
I know, but so
we're more like sisters than mother and daughter.
You were telling me today you breastfed me. You know, you raised me.
Yeah.
You didn't push me out of your body, but I was inside of your body.
Yeah.
You fed me through your body.
You were a blue ribbon prize winner.
Yeah,
baby.
she was. I was a really fat child. I actually have a picture of myself as a baby right here, but I won't show it. No, it's fine. Okay, no, it's fine. My baby private. But I was a big fat baby. I was just a huge fat baby. Oh gosh. So they must have wrote a lot, and it's just like moving the thing. But yeah, I think it's hard for parents to like see their kids grow up and then become an entity that is just like a sexual. Yeah, I feel like that would be difficult for parents, but I don't know. You're always super supportive of me just being happy and having experiences no matter.
Yeah, I want those experiences for you because that builds who you are and your character. Mm-hmm. Deny yourself that and then be an old lady like, oh, I could have had so much fun if I wasn't so dang ashamed of myself, you know?
Yeah, you had a lot of fun, I think, as a young. I'm trying to think of any.
So much fun.
And I'm yeah, I feel like I help you sometimes with some things. You've learned some stuff from me. Yeah, that's good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you support my goals and dreams of being a sex educator, so that's good. All right, well, the chat seems to be broken and they're like some 20 minutes now. Mm-hmm. And not completely about sex. I was gonna have her take the BDSM test, the BDSM quiz, but if you haven't gone on it, it's bdmtest.org. She didn't finish it, unfortunately. What?
Nothing, just checking out your shoes.
Okay. She didn't finish taking the test, and so yeah, we don't know what kind of. The BDSM episode's on Tuesday, and I'm really gonna kind of have some outfit additions, and it's gonna be really good. And you
watch on Tuesday. She's gonna do a fashion show for you.
No, I'm not gonna do a fashion show. But yeah.
All right. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for coming on, and we'll have like a good topic next. Mm-hmm. The next time we're together. We'll do something that's like
specific. Yeah,
pertaining to anything that you specifically know about.
Okay, I'll do some thinking about it.
I don't know what you know about, really. That's true. Yeah, so this is my mom, and thank you for watching.
Thank you, Maggie.
I will see you pussies on... Oh, the chat is back. That's a
story. That's funny.
Dude, if you guys, I think everyone can see the chat, so yeah. That's a good story. Definitely read it. All right. Bye, pussies. I will see you next time. I am me out of here. If I can even end the